Starting off with the front page of the Punch newspaper, real quick. Let's take a look at this one. Cash withdrawal limits. Senate grills CBN chiefs tomorrow. That's out of the Punch. Contesting presidency again will diminish me. That's according to Jonathan. Declare Solu my father. Delta man tells court. I believe that's something you find in the Metro Plus pages of the Punch newspapers this morning. EFCC auctions for fitted cars. Warns compliance with guidelines. Next president must build strong institutions. That's according to Agbakoba. Hoodlums injure fighters, soldier in Kwara. States attorney generals fault e-money transfer levy disbursement. Elsewhere from the Punch, Lagos Ibadan Expressway gridlock worsens amid road work suspension. NPAR fraud, ICPC detains Debanj, lawyer cries foul. Also on the Metro Plus pages, police launch manhunt for woman who burnt parents. All marketers fault NNPCL 34 days sufficiency claim. And from the Punch newspaper as well, polls INEC knocks Tinubu over comment on e-transmission.
All right, moving now straight to the Premium Times this morning. We have here 2023, our party has been reduced to a laughing stock. That's coming from an APC chairman. Buhari honored in Guinea-Bissau pledges commitment to democracy. More from here, why we threatened over 100 MDAs. That's coming from a senator. Minister laments plight of juvenile inmates in Bostal centers. ICPC confirms arrest, detention of Akpo Banjo over alleged NPower fraud. 2023, Tinubu speaks on source of wealth, says Atiku will be incompetent. TikTok challenge circulating information stealing malware. NCC warns Nigerians. Nigeria's oil production rises to 1.6 million barrels per day as theft reduces. That's coming from the NNPC. 2023, I'll start restructuring Nigeria from my very first day in office. That's coming from Atiku Abubakar. Again, reps pass peace corps bill. Akko hopeful of Buhari's ascent. NJC reinstates Ophelia Ajumogobia as Federal High Court judge. NJC reinstates Ophelia Ajumogobia as Federal High Court judge. And more here. We have this one, application for the issuance of license for cargo operators to air freight pilgrims excess luggage for 2023 Hajj. More on Nigeria's oil production. Okay, took that earlier. And we have here 2023, I'll start restructuring Nigeria. Okay, Atiku speaking there in Osun State. And lastly, Minister laments plight of juvenile inmates. And gunmen abduct 4 people along Cross River Highway. And lastly, from the Premium Times, we have this one here. Another of best PhD thesis on African studies receives $1,000.
All right, over to the Daily Post now. Nigeria has potential to become leading oil reserve in Africa. Reps. Elsewhere, 2023, we have no interest in who becomes Nigeria's president. UK says their withdrawal limits Senate to debate new CBN policy. The bench finally opens up on NPower fraud allegation. Youths protest INEC's alleged refusal to conduct by-election in Akwa Ibom. Also, from Daily Post, I was pursued out of office, can never be president again. Good luck, Jonathan says. Benue, Governor Autumn invites Buhari to commission project is another story there. President Buhari signed CRMI bill to law. Federal government clamped down on unregistered courier companies in Abuja. Kwara Poli minister clash over staff recruitment. NCC provides update on status of 3.5 gigahertz spectrum auction. Also, you find this one. Fani Kaide reacts to Senate President calling Shatima APC presidential candidate. Christian presidential ticket coming. That's according to Tinubu. Remy Tinubu, I believe that is. Also, Nigeria in need of critical change. Anambra LP Campaign Council 2023 ex-Oshun LP Labour candidate Lasun Yusuf dumps Peter Obi. Also, politics, your days are numbered, PDP tells APC. In Jigawa, 132,626 PVCs remain uncollected in Anambra. That's according to INEC.
All right, moving straight off to the Guardian newspaper this morning. Lead story front page. Agents in uproar as Senate debates new policy. And we have here, with these riders, they want us out of business. Mobile money agents lament. Policy good, but implementation will be difficult. That's coming from BCAN. Hurwa Human Rights Watch. Cash withdrawal limits can't help naira depreciation, will lead to job loss. Facebook prepares for Nigeria's elections, citing news on information. I take that again. Facebook prepares for Nigeria's elections, tightens news on misinformation. U.S. explains exclusion of 5 African leaders for summit. Global partners may end broad COVID-19 vaccination effort in Nigeria. Others. Kaduna records over 300 cases of GBV under El Rufai, says commissioner. And here, Nigeria group win international award for tackling corruption at ports. UK warns against intimidation of voters, rules out preferred presidential candidate. These are some headlines from the Guardian newspaper this morning.
All right, we'll take some messages right now. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at some other stories, analysis, and taking your reactions. So stay with us.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
Kids Twisco to support their big dreams.
Twisco, power your dream.
Christmas time, tasty time with Mama Dog all the way. What a tasty meal to share with family and friends. Oh, Mama Dog, Mama Dog, Mama Dog all the way. So have yourself a nourishing Christmas with Mama Dog.
Ho, ho, ho! Have a deliciously nourishing Christmas with Mama Dog.
Mama Dog, Mama Dog, Mama Dog, Mama Dog all the way. So have yourself a nourishing Christmas with Mama Dog tasty range.
Dabbo na the first and ogbonge herbal toothpaste. E get ingredients like lemon, mint, ginger, and basil wey dey make our teeth kakaraka.
Madam Rose, na true you talk o. Dabbo na the cocoa herbal punch wey get plenty natural herbs. Dabbo, the cocoa choice for my family.
Christ Mercy International Church presents 21 days powerful revival. Níbi tí Ọlọ́run ti ṣetán láti lo àwọn òjíṣẹ́ rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àkórí ìtọ́dún yìí. Igi gbígbẹ́ léyìí, ògì gbígbẹ́ nú ayé wa ni ó yè láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Tí yóò sì máa wáyé ní gbogbo aago 5 di aago 8 àṣálẹ́ ọjọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti 1st of December to 21st of December nínú ọdún tá a wà yìí. Prophet Mayowa Moses Fèyíjì àti ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run bíi Prophet Olúfẹ́mi Òní, Prophet Paul Adémodì, Apostle Olúwaṣẹ́gun Olúwaṣọgbọ́n, Prophet Adésọjí Ọ̀nàbánjọ, Apostle Elijah Olúṣọlá, Prophet Augustine Ogena, Prophet Paul Àrólé Jésù, Prophet Ṣẹ́gun George, Prophet Samuel Olúdáre, tó fi mọ́ Prophet Isaac Jàyíọlá, pẹ̀lú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ olórin ẹ̀mí bíi Akíntúndé Ìlàjà Ọlọ́run ò sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹnìtàn Olúṣẹ́gun Bámidélé EOB, Bọ́sẹ̀ Super àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Gbogbo nínú gbọ̀ngàn ìjọ wa tó wà ní number 35 Adámọ̀lẹ́kọ̀ Street beside Butterlight Bread, Ìmọ̀lẹ́ Fálàfíà Òkè Àdó Ìbàdàn. 08077309381. Jésù dúdì yóò. Shalom.
Wow! Knowing you're running on is one thing, going for it is another. That is why you're enjoined not to settle for less when you can actually win big and flex as you like on VetsWGB.com. Oh yes, VetsWGB.com is a win-win platform that puts smile on your face whenever you bet on it. Repackaged and renewed for unlimited market options, highest odds, unmatched accumulated bonus, beautiful event selection, unbeatable in-play cash out, simplified access, fantastic user interface with an array of products like sports bets, slot, virtual soccer, roulette, lucky balls, and lots more, alongside mouth-watering bonuses. See what I mean? VetsWGB.com is still the wise choice.
ǹlẹ́ o alábàágbé mi mo ní kí n wá bẹ̀yìn wò ni. ìyá Bíọ́lá àlàáfíà la wà. ẹ ṣeun. mo kọ yín kọ wọ́n wà. ẹ̀yin náà ńkọ́. kódà ìyá mi lábúlé gan wà lálàáfíà. ìyá Bíọ́lá ṣé kò sí. mẹ́wòó ìtasọ́sọ́ jọ̀lọ́ fún yín ò jẹ́ rí mú mi o ni mo bá ní wá fọwọ́ ara mi tún ara mi ṣe.
ẹ wọlé wá jẹ́wọ́ jàre.
àgbéyẹ̀fun ìsẹ̀bẹ̀ ọ̀ngá jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù tuntun dé o. ohun ìsẹ̀bẹ̀ tó fúnrẹ́sì jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù yín lójúlówó adùn àti ìtasọ́sọ́ jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù tí ò ṣeé kọ̀ sílẹ̀.
Onga, Mama's helping hand.
Miss Polly has a baby who was sick. She phoned to the doctor to be quick. The doctor came running with a Rexall drop, and he knocked on the door with a rat-a-tat-tat.
Rexall paracetamol drop is good for the treatment of feverish conditions in babies. Rexall paracetamol drop has a fruity taste, and it is mild on the child's digestive system.
Then the baby was happy and started to play.
Rexall paracetamol, also available as tablets and suppositories for adults and syrup for children. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor. Rexall paracetamol, another quality product from Daily Need Industries.
God bless Nigeria. Live, work, and study in Canada, United Kingdom, Ireland, Cyprus, South Africa, and India. Become a permanent resident of Canada. Best country to live. Work in the United Kingdom as a skilled worker, a health worker, a caregiver, and enjoy a family life in the UK. Start your 2023 migration travel and tour plan now through NTT Go Abroad. Register for your visa process now at nttgoabroad.com and NTT Go Abroad app with 50% discount at Online Dynamics Limited, 4th floor, Cocoa House, Dugbe, Ibadan, and Stallion Hillside, Jericho, Ibadan, and collect your Christmas gifts instantly. Migration, travels, and tours. MTT Go Abroad. Integrity, expertise, and experience. 0810-273-8145. MTT Go Abroad. Powered by Online Dynamics Limited. Registration closes December 16th.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
All right, welcome back. It's still the Break of Dawn newspaper review on 32 FM 94.9. Still looking at the headlines this morning, we have Professor Olu Ojedokun here with us in the studio. Prof, good morning. It's good to have you here.
Top of the day to you.
Morning, Prof. Let's start off with this one. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has knocked the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, for expressing doubts over the credibility of the bimodal voter accreditation system and results viewing portal, which will be deployed for the 2023 general elections. What do you make of that one, Prof?
Well, I think INEC must have enough confidence that the BVAS, as it's called, is going to work on a national scale. The evidence suggests that it's worked on a local scale. It's worked in Osun State, it's worked in Ekiti State, right. It's worked in Edo State, and I think that's what gives the INEC confidence. And I'm sure that one of the reasons why they are concerned about the criticism of Asiwaju is that he hasn't produced any evidence as to why it wouldn't work. I think their main concern of Asiwaju and co is network availability and so on and so forth. But I think for many of us, an election that is used with that kind of verification is better than the previous election, where we all know rigging occurs, all over the place. From that point of view, this guarantees us the possibility that we will reflect the true wishes of the people and the wishes alone. So Asiwaju's concern, some might say, is misplaced. But the INEC too has to continue to assure us and include Asiwaju the confidence that this election, BVAS or no BVAS rather, with BVAS, will be fair and fair.
What's the fear for Asiwaju? Seeing, like you said, Ekiti, Osun, I understand even Anambra State, they abused this in, the off-season governorship elections, and it worked, fine, mostly, largely there. Yeah. So I don't know what the fear is. There's something else that Asiwaju is concerned about?
Well, I don't just think it's Asiwaju. Remember that the national chairman of the APC also expressed concerns and says Nigerians are not ready for BVAS. One thing is that BVAS will provide clarity in terms of the wishes of the people. And so I'm a bit confused and perplexed to why Ashiwaji himself is not working towards or doesn't think that beavers would work well in Nigeria. I think those thinking it won't work well in Nigeria are just holding us back. We need to guarantee free and fair elections. We need to be sure that the wishes of the people are reflected in our electoral processes.
Prof, do you think it's a means of putting INEC on his toes, when he made those statements, and probably a strategy on his own part?
Well, it may well be a strategy, and it may well be to put them on their toes. But what I certainly think is that there must be something they're worried about. And I hope they're not worried about the people expressing their will and their concern. He's the front runner at this point in time. That's the reality. And so I'm concerned that the front runner will be thinking that the processes that are in place will not work. So maybe, as you said, it's a calculated attempt to make sure that INEC improves and gets better. You would also know there's been a spate of violence on some of the INEC facilities, and one's concern is that who is doing it? Is it politicians or is it just rogue elements here and there? But it's certain that some people are certainly not comfortable with the beaver situation or even with elections at all.
Let's look at this story from the Nation newspaper. Cash withdrawal limit policy. Senators, experts knock CBN. And it says Senate faults Apex Bank, fixes debate for Tuesday, job losses loom. Business, finance experts and other stakeholders were sharply divided on the implications and timing of the new cash withdrawal limits by the Central Bank of Nigeria. They are concerned that the new policy might worsen the tight economic environment. The Senate has scheduled a debate on the matter for next Tuesday. Stakeholders are worried about the possibility of implementing hitch-free cash withdrawal limits in communities with blind spots or poor network connectivity.
Well, at last the Senate, or is it National Assembly, is rising to their responsibilities, because the concern sometimes is that so many things happen in this country and National Assembly simply mute when it comes to those matters. As for the policy, when one looks at it, my initial reaction was to say this is an idiotic or lunatic policy. But later, when I reflected and I calmed down and I settled down, I could see some method to what CBN is trying to do. Time frame may be an issue, connectivity might be an issue, but if you look at the whole gambit of this policy, there seems to be some sense. Part of the sense is to deny all these ransom people, the people that take ransom hostages, access to ready funds.
You mean
but
kidnappers?
Some might suggest, kidnappers,
Okay.
rather. And some might even suggest that, yes, if you deny them access to Naira, what of the dollars that people may have in their possession, that they might just switch to dollars and other currencies, from that point of view. So that's an argument. Some might even suggest that they might even switch to crypto. That's another suggestion. But also, you also have to ask the question, about connectivity is a very powerful point. Why do I say that? In my office where I am, I find it difficult to transfer. I probably have to relocate myself if I want to transfer money. And you can imagine that you can't do some transactions because they're over 20 and you need to transfer money. You need to transfer school fees. You need to transfer, because school fees is not 20,000. There are some things that you engage in that you need to transfer. Apart from that, if people have connectivity problems, then it affects the economy in the sense that trade, commerce is constricted. And if trade and commerce is constricted, it contracts the economy, because it means the volume of commerce, money going back and forth, you understand, is reduced. And if that is reduced, then we'll be in an economic problem. So we must ensure that the infrastructure is able to deliver that. But we also must ensure that this 200, they're saying it will be reduced to only 200, that you only have 200 naira. I'm trying to find out why it's reduced to only 200 or whatever the case might be, But whatever it is, we have to ensure that commerce is unimpeded, and that people that want to make large-scale legitimate transactions are able to do that. Or else what people will start doing in some instances is using alternative currency or alternative instruments.
Well, a major concern will be for those market women in rural areas.
Yes, absolutely.
They go every day to pick up agri-produce.
Yes.
Would you say they wouldn't spend more than 20,000? Because how will they try to withdraw? That's one. Two, when you go to rural areas, the accessibility to automated teller machines that's what you call the ATMs, are not there. So how will these people do their transaction? Is it not going to cripple the commercial sector, especially the agricultural sector?
Oh, it's likely to. But there's another point, which is more of a frivolous point, is that many of the O1 bears, you understand, are going to be affected. You know, you're not going to have enough money to spray and so on. And I think CBN won't be concerned with that.
Well, for those O1 bears, I don't think they have any economic value to add.
Well, do they not? You know, well, after all, anyway. You said they don't have economic value, but
I see it as a non-economic value going to a party to spray money.
Yeah, but the economic value is that if you work hard and if you have the ability to relax, to release tension, then you'll be a more complete and a more effective human being. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Can you remove the spots from the leopard skin? It is just in us. We must always look for mint. We must always look for money to spray in parties.
Yes.
Even when you try to bring up stringent rules.
Yes.
Well,
they go around it. But I think the more serious point you raise is the market women.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a problem. And I think CBN is going to have to explain how you're going to overcome that. In the place where I come from, I mean, my uncle will bark at me calling it a village. Where my parents come from, Olupona, which is near Iwo, from that point of view, there is no bank there. Okay, there are POS, from that point of view. The problem then is how you understand. If you need to do, and it's agricultural,
agrarian.
Yes. So the problem is when you want to buy wholesale or you want to transact business between yourselves, you have to be doing transfer, and from that point of view. And if the connectivity is not there, if it doesn't work, those transactions will be failing, and which means that people will be holding back their goods. Which means people with the sale that they want to do, because these things are not on sale or return. You understand? It's cash and carry.
Will this lead to an economic malady?
It could, if the CBN is not careful. I think what they want to do is they're using a sledgehammer. They want to deal with the security malice, which is good, you understand, but they should be careful not to use a sledgehammer to crack the nut.
All right, Prof, let's take a look at this one. Contesting presidency again will diminish me. That's according to Jonathan. He said he enjoyed the drama that trailed the rumors of him purchasing the nomination form of the APC earlier in the year.
Yes, that's what many people thought, but we were a bit surprised when his name was being bandied around and when it became a beautiful bride. I think some people were flying that kite, but I'm happy that he's realized that his position is best cemented as a former president and his influence is best maintained as an elder statesman. So I think that's the right thing. I think he's there to advise. He's there to give people the benefit of his experience. Some will say he was a decent president, even though of course he made some mistakes, from that point of view. And we say it's decent because you look at the comparator, in making that point that it's decent. But I think it's the right thing under the circumstances. Nigeria is in need of people who can really move this nation forward in terms of vision. We're in need of people who are couples. Well, I'm not going to use that expression. Well, we're certainly in need of people, you understand, who have everything together.
Right.
And some people sometimes ask the question whether we have those people in play.
All right, let's look at this. Federal government is telling the governors, account for ecological funds. I think, there's a breakdown here. The fact sheet from June 2015 to May 2022. And it's there. You can get that from the Nation newspaper. It's a long one there. And then governors were again put on the defensive yesterday. They are to account for the 204 billion given to states as ecological support since 2015. Environment Minister Mohammed Abdullahi asked the governors to explain how they apply the huge ecological funds they collected from the federal government for their states. And it goes on, it says the ecological support was part of the 5.03 trillion that the Finance Budget National Planning Minister Zainab Ahmed announced that states got as intervention funds in 7 years. And the headline there says federal government to governors account for ecological funds.
Well, this is a federation, and in a federation you have component parts. I don't think the state governments owe the federal government any explanation. That ecological fund you're talking about comes on the federation account. It belongs to everybody, entire state and the federation. I think the people to question the state governors are the respective houses of assemblies. Those are the people to question them, not the federal government. We're not running a unitary system. It's not government by diktat. So I fault that, you understand? In the same vein, I am not excusing shenanigans that may be going on, financial malady and so on and so forth. I'm not excusing. I'm just trying to say that there are proper ways in which things should be done. It is the houses of assembly who should be querying. And the problem we have is that the houses are not doing their job. They're not doing it. Many of them are in the pockets of their governors. They don't ask the critical questions. They don't do their jobs. And at the end of the day, the governor is supreme uno, in their respective domains.
Well, when you say it's the job of the House of Assemblies to querying the governors and all that, but you want to ask, these are still rubber. Some of them are rubber stamped House of Assemblies. They tagged the rubber stamped House of Assemblies. Hence, they don't have the impetus. They don't have the will to asking these governors questions. They don't query governors. But for the government to stand up or wake up at this time, asking for how far and how well have they spent the ecological fund. Remember, during Jonathan's time, there was this hula baloo about the ecological fund that caused them a big problem. Many governors could not account for it. Don't you think it's high time, since the state governments can do it, the federal government should be able to do that?
Well, you mean the federal government also accounting for its own?
No, asking the governors, yes, to step in. Since the people who are meant to do it are not up to the task.
But the federal government has no power to do anything other than just to make noise. And if the federal government is convinced that some shenanigans are going on, which reaches the level or the height of a state of emergency, then declare an emergency in those states. But what I would say is that these governors are up to no good, some of them. It had to take Wike, you understand, making some speech and saying all the money he got from somewhere, for us to realize that some of the states in the south, you understand, actually had received humongous amounts, not ecological funds, but the other funds, the 13% derivation. The houses of assembly are simply doing nothing, and they are not fit for purpose. So I would say, yes, the federal government can make the noise, the federal government can make the statement, but the people concerned, the people in those areas, must challenge their respective House of Assembly members, you understand, to hold their governors to account, because a lot is going on in those states under the guise of immunity.
Well, we'll go on a break now, and when we come back, the phone lines will be open. Remember, the numbers are
07055,949, 08097,949. Stay with us.
FM 94.9.
Bring out your biggest ideas in the metaverse. Get creative in augmented reality. Dress up your avatar and turn your art into an NFT. Naija, come flex first in the metaverse with Meta Technologies. Go to meta.com to discover how.
Crossover sí 2023 òróró títayọ lọ́lọ́run Sáàmù Olúwa ló máa dà lé ọ lórí.
Orílẹ̀ tí Jésù ti jí sí àmì àti ìyanu ojúkorojú yẹn. Adámímọ́gò Jesus City la máa gbàdé kọjá sí 2023. Nínú pàdé májẹ̀mú ọlọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta àgbáyípo láti Friday 30 December di Sunday 1st January 2023. Bàbá Adámímọ́gò Prophet Sáàmù Olúwa lọ. Ọlọ́run ti sọ fún bàbá láti dá òróró ojú rẹ̀ lé gbogbo èèyàn lórí. Anointing for excellence. Ọlọ́run sọ pé gbogbo ẹni máa farahàn. Òun máa bá wọn dá májẹ̀mú títayọ fún ìrìn àjò 2023 o. Ọ̀pọ̀ wòlíì májẹ̀mú Jésù máa lò. Bísí aláwìyé àlùkò. Olúwa ló ní bísí. Àwọn ló máa léwájú olórin ẹ̀mí. Prophet Sáàmù Olúwa lọ bàbá Adámímọ́gò. Wọ́n á máa dòróró títayọ lé gbogbo èèyàn lórí. Ayé wọn náà wọn kánsẹ́lì tó máa wà. Wákàtí nínú àdúrà máa jọ. CSC Adámímọ́gò Jesus City. Ìbàjù lẹ́kí àgbẹ̀ expressway. Ìlàmìjà village Aláró City la ó ti pàdé. Ìwọ ló máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀rí eléyìí gbà bẹ́ẹ̀.
When I finish downloading this show like this, I will go straight to Tayo's house to eat sweet jollof. Then enjoy this movie on YouTube. It's just that Tayo will now start disturbing me to turn on my Wi-Fi for him when he can easily enjoy data bonus with MTN for me. With MTN for me, you will get 100% data bonus and discounted data bundles just like that. What are you waiting for? Dial *121# to get started with MTN for me.
Wakanao Travel Fest is back, and it's a showdown all through November. Enjoy unbeatable travel deals on flights, hotels, visas, and holiday packages. Visit www.wakanao.com now to get these amazing deals, or visit our travel centers at Bun Mall, Ventura Mall, and Base One Plaza, Ring Road, Ibadan. Ladies and gentlemen, the showdown is here. Wakanao, let's go.
Hey, neighbor, I said let me come and check to see if all of you are fine.
Mama Didi, we're doing great. Thank you.
Your husband?
Oh, he's fine. Too.
And you?
Mama Didi, plus my grandfather in the village were fine. What is it?
My dear, the aroma of this jollof rice has been knocking on my door since. I just had
come and eat job.
Introducing the new Onga Jollof Seasoning Powder. It's the new jollof taste maker, made to give your jollof rice that rich jollof taste and aroma that's really hard to resist.
Onga, Mama's helping hand.
Dabo na the first and obonge herbal toothpaste. E get ingredients like lemon, mint, ginger, and basil where they make our teeth kakaraka.
Madam Rose, now true you talk Dabo na the cocoa herbal punch. We get plenty natural herbs. Dabo, the cocoa choice for my family.
What? How did I do?
You did great.
My little boy has talent, so I support him by taking him to auditions.
Your son did great.
Helping with his scripts.
Bow down to my flaming sword.
Great job.
For nourishment, I give him Twisco.
Mom, I got the role.
Now, it's my turn to be proud of him.
Give your kids Twisco to support their big dreams. Twisco, power your dream.
32 FM, 94.9.
Welcome back, 32 FM 94.9. We're opening the phone lines now to get your reactions to the stories shared so far on the paper reviews. 07055 949 080 97,000 949. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
It's Sola from the Wood.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Let me ask this question. Does the federal government have any right or moral right to ask the state government to come and account for money? How much have they accounted for their own money? We have power, corruption that is in the news today. We have deep state money, 2018, 2019, by the vice president, distributing money around the market. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Prof, there's this story yesterday. EFCC auctioned about 435 forfeited cars in Lagos. That's according to the Nation newspaper. And then you want to ask on a lighter note, EFCC auctioning cars, who will give them papers for those cars? You know, probably these cars are cars owned by alleged Yahoo boys. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Professor Jedukun and the uncle. When I look at what Ola is my name, when I look at what is happening in Nigeria at the moment, in fact,
okay, Ola, your line seems not to be too clear. Ola, try to call back. The line seems not to be too clear. You can call back.
Yes, try and call
the
back.
beep there is just too alarming. 0705 5949 0809 7949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, I guess we have network issues. So these cars are owned, supposedly owned by fraudsters, internet fraudsters. Yes. So apparently they are illegitimate cars. Yes. So auctioning it to individuals, are they not inheriting?
Oh, yes,
illegitimacy.
But you would expect that they would do the normal transfer of ownership and to delegitimize it through the necessary licensing authorities. That should be able to cleanse the record and should enable them to start again.
Hello, good morning.
You must be from somewhere. Federal government has no moral right and constitutional right to ask state government to account for their money. If state government has right to spend government money, that's irony of life. In the advanced countries, people usually spend lower denomination. Let's try it. Don't let us force CBN policy. But the time is too short. That's my own.
All right.
Let's try 200, 300. What are we using
money for Owambe. People that said tax limit, the law is there. If you want to withdraw more than 100,000, you pay 5%. If you want to withdraw more than 10 million, we pay 10%. People that want to withdraw, they should pay the fine. Let's give this a trial. Have a nice time.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Good morning.
Now, just to note that the Owambe stuff, that was really just a joke. It was a flippant comment, not really a serious remark.
All right, on Facebook, Balkis Onodiran says, despite the possibility that the timing is off, the CBN strategy is tremendously beneficial to our economy. The proposal may be just another round in the never-ending effort to support the Naira's black market because of the bad timing. Remember that Emefiele, then governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, dared to purchase the presidential form and that he still has the position today. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
This is Ola again.
Okay, Ola, yeah, your line is clearer.
Hello.
Go ahead, your line is clearer.
Okay. Which of the policy of this government since 2015 has helped us, ordinary citizens? Look at NIN, look at rice policy. When they started, they said, oh, they want to reduce they want to increase the power of the Naira. That's why they banned smuggling of rice. Can you tell me the price of a bag of rice today? And what's the price of $1? Thank you.
All right, thank you. Honorable Akin Kumi Camille Dikrola says, if one studies the new policy of the CBN on withdrawal critically, we will know it is for the good of us all. Raja Fiz Abiola Raja says, okay, good morning to you. About the ecological fund asked by federal government, honestly, a lot of atrocities is being conducted or committed by the state governors. Initially, it was local government fund and now ecological fund. So those governors collected ecological fund and there was flood in almost every state across the nation. Honestly, they need to account for all these funds as asked by federal government so as to curb further misappropriation. Okay,
let's take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, John. Yeah.
According to the policy of federal government, that they roll out to us now, I don't think I'm going to support it because, like some people are saying, that I've never seen any policy of this federal government that favor the masses. Why is it that federal government, led by President Muhammadu Buhari, likes to suffer Nigerians with every policy they are rolling out? Are we supposed to suffer before we can get it right? Why is it that you don't put everything in place before you can roll out your policies?
Okay.
I don't even understand the kind of policy.
All right, all right, John, your questions have been noted. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from?
This is Mommy Benga calling from UK.
Okay, good morning.
Yeah, my only point I just want to make here is about this bank and money that everybody has to have the bank account or how to do the transfer. You know one thing about us, especially in Yoruba, this is the area where you're supposed to look at the education now. I think in the area of Yoruba, the vision of our forefathers that at this time of the year, maybe they project here or they don't, they want everybody to be literate. People that are not educated now in Nigeria should be reduced to those educated ones, even those people that are in villages. You know, in this country where we are, where everything works well, you can't do anything without bank account, your home address. Any company you are going to open business, you are going to have a job or work or anything, you must have a bank account. All those old people, a lot of these wise people, old people of them, they don't even know anything about. Some of them don't even have handset.
Right.
They still believe in their landline.
Okay.
So the way forward, if we want to grow, we need to educate even those people that are in villages. This is where we should let the government know that even the people in the rural area, we should take banks to them, establish all those money they are using to put in their digging well, put in the soccer way. They can use it to build banks very close to those people in the villages. We know all of us cannot be living in the town, but when we're in Nigeria, we want to go forward. We don't want to be going back to the olden days that this is not possible, this is not possible.
All
if
right.
it's possible in other countries, we need to aspire
Thank
to
you
get
very much,
there.
Ma.
That's my own.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. All right, let's pick this last one. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name?
Balkis Onodio.
Okay,
from
Balkis.
Ibadan. As regards the band that he was arrested by ICPC,
Yes.
let me tell you, I think the band is just a scapegoat. The band is not a government official. How come Empower's Fund ended up with him? Then they have been mentioning the band's name since yesterday. How about those government officials? Are they faceless? Why can't they mention their names? Then when I even checked the billions he was allegedly accused of, you feel sorry for Nigeria. The Empower beneficiaries, they pay them 30,000 naira every month, and I know they are still owing them. There was a time the Minister of Disaster were buying wheelbarrows for Empower beneficiaries. Let me say, that Empower scheme is a suffering enhancement program, and the ruling party should stop telling Nigeria as that is part of their accomplishment. Good morning.
All right, good morning, Balkis. Prof, quickly, you want to react to one or two before we call it a wrap?
No, I think people are no doubt concerned, that a federal government that has been unable to tame its own expenditure, that has been unable to sort out corruption, that is inept, in handling our public finances, should be the one calling the states to account. And I think rightfully people are saying that the federal government itself should sort itself out, that EUs living in glass houses should not be throwing stones, from that point of view, because the federal government has responsibility for the larger share of the revenue that comes to this country, or expenditure that is being expended in this country, and they should account first if they want the states to begin to account in the first instance.
Kenny, we have to go.
Yes, we have to.
Thank you, dear listener, for being there. My name is Chike Oborgo. Up next is Smart Kids with Auntie Yellow.
My name is Kenny. Have yourself a pleasant day.